Anime Addicts, it's time for the AAA podcast's Summer Waifu War to begin. Over 2,000 nominations from your elite anime addict minds allowed us to create the most competitive 64 waifu tournament bracket ever assembled. So strap on your weaponry because it's time to throw your grenades into the mix for your favorite waifu. Simply search for waifuwar.life, because waifu are lifu, to vote for your favorite waifu, and be sure to check back weekly as voting will continue round by round until the end of July, where the overall goddess of all waifu will be crowned. Again, vote at waifuwar.life. We'll see you there. Let the war begin.
Get ready! You're about to listen to the Anime Addicts Anonymous podcast. Make your anime addiction wars at AAApodcast.com. And now, here are your anime addicts.
Hello and welcome to the 632nd episode of the Anime Addicts Anonymous podcast. My name is Caroline, and here today we have Mason. Hello, Mason.
Yo,
it's your boy,
it going?
Mason.
It's your boy, Caroline.
And we also got your boy, Mitsugi. Hello, your boy.
Yo yoroshiku, Mitsugi desu. What's up?
And I am your girl, your girl, if you will. Okay, so our social media, please check us out on Twitch, where we go live every Sunday, 5 p.m. EDT. That's twitch.tv/AAA podcast. And here we are today doing that. We are also on Twitter. We are also on Facebook. We are also on TikTok, where I made a your Boi Kongming themed post that nobody saw.
Nobody?
32 people. Currently, 32 people have seen
Damn.
this. And I feel like it deserves like 10 times that much because I was quite proud of it. And I was really sad to see it kind of fall flat on its face. So go and check that out. And we are, of course, on Discord, which is kind of like our home base. We talk about a whole bunch of shit. We talk about anime. We talk about our anime club. We got a general chat for just randomness. And, of course, our Summer Waifu Wars channel,
God, yes.
where there has been a lot of discussion, especially now that we are in our first round of voting. Isn't that correct, Mitsugi?
Yes, and it is the most successful, most highly trafficked event we've ever done in the history of the podcast. We eclipsed the Anime Oscars. The Anime Oscars usually gets 3 weeks of voting. It took 36 hours to eclipse the full 3 weeks of voting for the Oscars for the Waifu War. And I don't know. I don't know if the podcast has just become way more popular or what, but there's a shitload of people voting. And I'm currently setting up the poll for the second half of round one, which will go live on Thursday. Again, if you want to vote, it's at waifuwar.life, because, you know, waifu are lifu. And if you don't agree, get the fuck out of here. Just turn your podcast off right now. I don't want you here. And I'm currently trying to pick pictures for a character from High School DxD, and I'm like, is this character fan art or is this a real picture? Because High School DxD being like so epically lewd that all these pictures look like they're like hand drawn by some like horny fanboy, but I think some of these are real, because it's like that whole I've never seen that show, but I mean I'm pretty sure the whole show is just like girls taking their clothing off pretty much. So, yeah, Waifu War is a smash hit, and as expected, the Komi Asuka match is razor thin. I mean, razor thin. You wouldn't be able to fit a sheet of paper in between the disparity on votes. And there's been hundreds and hundreds of votes at this point. So, pretty wild. Back to you, Cotton.
What? Jelly bean.
Yeah.
Jelly
Oh
beans.
no.
That's
So
a
continuing
dodgeball.
with our, is that a reference to something I'm familiar with?
I think it's dodgeball. Yeah, just like
Yeah,
Mason
have you
said.
seen dodgeball?
Yeah, I don't know what dodgeball is. So we're
Oh,
getting a jelly bean.
Oh
Just to
man!
start us
Look at
off
that
today.
foley, the
We're still
foley on
going.
the jelly beans.
Yeah.
And by the way, at Caroline's request, I did make a mixed drink today, and it is very not good. I didn't want.
Yeah, what do you got there?
Well, I was gonna use. I have vodka, but I was gonna use fruit punch because it's all I really had as a mixer. But the fruit punch had so much sugar in it that I didn't want to like give up all my carbs for the day because of macroing. So I went and grabbed a sugar-free peach tea, which is not good. And I put
No
too
way,
much.
that's what I have. This is what I'm drinking.
Well,
We're drinking the same thing.
Well, I
Oh
put
my goodness!
I put a lot of
wow.
vodka in here, and I'm pretty much drunk off one drink, off one swallow. So
yeah, so I also have the peach tea iced tea because I love it. I love this.
God,
I
it's
love
bad.
iced tea. It's so good.
oh my god, it's not.
I love
I
the
mean,
disconnect.
and I
When you
use-
make this episode, Mitch,
God.
you need to
No.
pan Caroline far left talking about how much she loves this drink, and you far right talking about how much you hate it. Just
Okay,
get
but
the
no,
full
but like I mean,
experience.
okay. So the tea by itself, I love.
Yeah,
And
yes.
then I put a lemon vodka, like a lemon vodka in
Oh,
it.
a
And
lemon
it's-
vodka.
Yeah, so
Wow,
it's not just vodka; it's like
fancy.
lemon flavored, whatever.
You fancy
Um,
pants.
That's just what we had. So I
You-
figured, you know what, lemon and iced tea go together. So why not this? It's okay. The mixture is okay.
Speaking of
but
pants,
the
you'd be
iced teas
proud.
are better.
I'm wearing pants, but they're pajama pants. Does that count?
Sure.
Wow. Okay. Improvements. I'm just
I
drinking.
mean, I didn't really care at first. I mean, you do you. It's your house.
I just have Sky vodka. It's really cheap and not good, but whatever. Who gives a shit? So anyway.
Oh, hey, it's God Emperor of Dune's birthday in the chat. Happy birthday.
Omedetou gozaimasu. I hope you're not too old
Yes,
like me.
got an episode for his birthday. Aw.
Yeah, I hope you're not decrepit yet like I am. Although I was
Nobody can be as decrepit as you.
Well, yeah. Although I was doing like 130-pound walking lunges today at the gym, like a boss. So there's another jelly bean. All right.
Oh, yes, fitness references. I totally forgot. Yeah,
Yeah,
here
and
we
you
go.
missed the one about the macros too, so you actually owe me a jelly bean. So there
Yeah,
you go.
you're correct.
Keep
Dude.
eating.
It's less like you got a podcast episode for your birthday, and we got your birthday in our podcast episode. So I think we're the winners here.
There you go. We used to have a birthday drop, but I don't know where that is. Anyway. All right. What are we doing today?
Okay, so happy Father's Day, everyone.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and of course we did a Mother's Day special as we typically do. We need to do a Father's Day special as well. And unfortunately, there just are not a lot of great fathers in anime, but there are a lot of great daddies in anime.
Yeah,
So
baby.
we are going to be discussing our favorite anime daddies in a game that I would like to call Baddy or Daddy. It does not make any sense. It was a name first situation once again, but basically we're going to be discussing whether or not we think these characters are daddies or baddies, like as in they're just not good enough to be daddies.
Oh, is that
I
what
but
think
that
we
we're
all
gonna-
took
we're
our
doing all
different
different
interpretations
things.
of this. It is a very go with the flow kind of topic. You just take it at your own interpretation.
So I
and of course,
figured-
Here's my interpretation.
Hey girl, you're looking so fine.
baby.
Yeah, I
In
thought we were
mine-
going to get so thirsty this episode that I brought a specialty beverage of a monster container of water.
Oh, I thought you were
because
gonna say Monster
The thirst is
Energy.
real. No, we're so thirsty out here. So many daddies. So many.
very, very. So we're gonna get to
Mason's
that.
the healthiest
We're
person I
also
know.
going to get to our review of the most recently finished Boi Kongming.
Oh no,
and
it's no,
I know a lot of people are
it's
excited for this.
no, you got it all wrong. It's Boi Kongming, Zhuge Liang,
Okay.
courtesy name Kongming.
We'll let you-
Biatch.
No longer will I say that. I will just let you say the title of the anime from
Okay.
now on, since
It's a deal.
only you can do it correct.
Pari-
So,
what is
shall
it?
we get to
Pari
our big
Picome.
news of the week? Oh, okay, we're continuing.
Pari
Big news
Pic-
of the week.
おー、大ニュースです。It's time for big news of the week.
Pari Picome. Yeah, I have nothing. Mason took mine.
You can take it back.
Oh,
we
no,
can share.
you can have it.
We can share.
We'll do it late. We'll do it when we get to Mason, so it'll be fine.
Okay,
So, but what do you
so
have,
it's my
Caroline?
turn.
Yeah.
I was also kind of like unsure of what to talk about today. So I found this thing about how I don't even know how to say this freaking title. Evangelion 3 plus 1.01 film. How do you say that, Mason?
I love math. I love math so
Yeah.
It's
much.
obnoxious title.
4.01.
Yeah, that's what
How
I
do
would
you
go
say
with.
4.01.0 to the square root of 3 times 7.
358
Twice
over
upon
2.
a time.
8539er.
That
Yeah.
film.
Did you throw a
G-Kids has
niner in there?
acquired what?
I said, did you throw a niner in there? It's a reference.
No, I said
so you got to eat
on
a
a
jelly bean
time.
now. I'm sorry.
Damn it,
Yeah,
stop
Tommy
doing
boy.
that.
Tommy boy, Chris Farley.
I'm
yeah.
trying to talk and I have
Sorry.
to
Yeah. Actually, David
eat jelly
Spade, really.
beans all the time.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, it's your own rule. You made this game.
I guess so.
Yep. All
Anywho,
right.
let's talk about this. G-Kids has acquired the North American theatrical, home video, and electronic sell-through rights to Evangelion 3 plus 1.01 Thrice Upon a Time film. The company will screen the film in theaters in late 2022 and then release it on home video at a later date. So if you heard about this film, that was probably because it opened in Japan in March 2021, ranked number 1 in its opening weekend, and also
For sure.
debuted on Amazon Prime Videos worldwide in August of last year. So you might have already seen it, but here is your chance to go see it in theaters sometime this year. So that's exciting for everyone who enjoyed Evangelion. So Mason, are you going to go see it in theaters?
Probably not. I've already seen it. It's already long enough. I enjoyed it, but I don't know if there's such a spectacle to it that I need to see it in theaters. But it's a good movie. I really enjoyed it.
Now let me ask you a
Alright.
question. So because I haven't seen any Evangelion other than the original series, even though I'm way behind and should probably catch up at this point. But do you need to watch the other 2 movies to watch the third movie? Am I going to be lost as hell?
Yeah. So the
That
first
sucks.
movie 1.0 is pretty much just a straight remake of the first like 7 or 8 episodes. So no need to rewatch that besides the fact that it just looks fresh and new. But it really starts diverting more and more from 2 than 3. So yeah, I would say you would need to watch the other 2 movies to enjoy this one and to get it.
All right.
That's a
well,
shame.
It's going to come anyway, so
Yep.
people are excited. I'm sure there are definitely people who will go and watch this in theaters if they haven't seen it already.
You know what else is a shame?
What?
I'm doing this poll for the waifu war, and I've got Misato from Evangelion, very very timely to the topic, versus this Megumi Tadakoro girl from Food Wars. And it's like I thought Food Wars was supposed to be a show where that like had all these cute girls in it with their clothes like exploding off because the food is so good. This girl Megumi, she's cute, but I can't find a photo of her that even gives her a snowball's chance in hell against Misato. I'm trying so hard.
Listen,
she
the
is
whole
fucking
thing about
doomed.
waifus are the whole. Listen. As we talked about last time, Megumi is my top tier waifu. I
She's
love her
doomed.
to death.
She's doomed.
But the thing is, I never expected her to have even a snowball's chance against Misato.
Just
for saying that.
disappointing.
Well,
Here's
I
the
hope
thing,
I
though.
hope people aren't picking off the pictures alone. Hopefully they're
Yes.
like, there's actually a character behind them.
Well,
No,
I
but the thing
hate
is
to
is
tell you,
that
but they
people
for
are
sure
picking
are.
their waifu. We don't need to provide them with the sexiest picture of their waifu. They know that they love their waifu over this other waifu, so they're gonna pick that waifu. We
Well.
don't need to have the sexiest picture of them.
All right, well, I mean that's fine. I'm just I just have a standard picture of Misato, but it's still a great picture. So I don't know. Anyway, moving on.
Okay. So, and then while we were doing our hobby addicts, I remembered this one thing that came out earlier this week that I definitely should talk about, even though it's not technically anime. Avatar: The Last Airbender is reportedly going to have 3 new movies
Oh God,
that are now in the works.
they're not live actions, are they?
No. They're like there's this Avatar. What's it called? Avatar Studios, yeah, and they have like the original creators involved, and they are like with Nickelodeon and Paramount, they are making like this whole universe of Avatar films and maybe even shows. And right now, they officially announced that there are 3 films that are in the works. I mean, we're probably not going to get them for a long time, like, because they're, still working on them. But rumor has it that these new projects will be an Avatar Kyoshi movie, a Zuko movie, and a Legend of Korra movie. But this has not been confirmed. This is only based on like one site that says it, but they've been pretty correct about other things that they've talked about before it's officially announced. So we shall figure out whether or not that's true, but it's still very exciting to know that this is an actual thing that is in the works and not just, hey, here's Avatar Studios doing some secretive stuff that we don't even know about.
I feel like I would be more excited if this was one movie being announced. Like, hearing that it's like, oh, 3 movies makes me feel like, oh, they're going to get shortchanged, or they're not going to get as many people working on one to make it good. They're going to spread their talents. Then, like, this Avatar news has always been something that gets a lot of hype, and then it comes out and it's not as good as what we're hoping it to be. So, I love Avatar. I want this to be great. Will definitely watch it if it comes out, but 3 movies is a little like, let's get one good one first, and then we can flex with 2 more. So, I don't know.
I swear to God, I'm the only person in the world that doesn't give the remotest fuck about Avatar. Honestly, unbelievable.
It's
like,
good. It's good. It's
I
good.
watched,
good.
I watched like the whole first season, and it looks like such ass that I was just like, this
It
is
was made in
unbelievable.
2005. It was a
I've seen-
Nickelodeon show.
Fucking Wicked City looks better than that. It was made in like 1986.
They have penguins
was
with
made-
extra
originally
flippers.
made
What
for-
more
Well,
do you need?
Well, penguins aside, fair enough.
You have not seen the
See? This is what I'm
amazingness
talking
that
about.
they could do.
I'm the only person that doesn't give a fuck about Avatar.
No, there's one person in the chat that doesn't give a fuck. Well, 2 people actually, which
Speaking-
I don't get because it's just such a.
Speaking of giving
Come
a fuck,
on.
I don't know what the Naruto creator was thinking when he drew the design for Hinata, because I give up.
I'll
Like,
agree on that. But if you look
How
at
is this a
Hinata
2C?
from. No. Go find pictures of her from Naruto, the last movie, because she is gorgeous.
Okay.
Naruto: The Last Airbender. That's what I thought you were about to say.
Naruto: The Last Airbender.
That would be a wild ride.
All right, I'll type Naruto the movie. We'll see. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, I hope it's good. I mean, I don't give a fuck, but like, I hope you guys enjoy it, because
People are coming out of the woodwork not liking Avatar, and that really hurts.
it hurts. Avatar's so old. Like,
Hurts.
most people don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm
People
dead serious.
know Avatar.
They do, but it's a fact that the anime fandom like almost entirely turns over every 5 years. So like, people
But
don't.
it's not even anime. This is childhood nostalgia right here.
Half of anime fans that are like casual fans, like in high schools, don't even know what like ReZero is, because it came out in like 2014.
Well, sure, but this isn't an anime. This is something that went on Nickelodeon for people all over, America to see it, alone around the world.
But like the high, for example, like the high school fan base of anime was like 3 years old when Avatar came out. They don't even know what. Oh, anyway, whatever. I hope it's good.
Oh God! Somebody in the chat's actually saying that the live-action movie was better. On what planet and what drugs were you taking?
Even I know that that's ridiculous. Live action.
Yeah.
Wow,
Okay,
this drink
so
is strong.
before I get angry at people that I don't even know,
Shit.
let's talk about what Mason has.
It's time for hot new anime releases.
Boing.
Wow, unexpected edition of Hot
What?
News.
It went.
Hot
boing.
you gotta lift your shirt up for that one.
It's your boy. It's your boy. I am the great conhoreo Picata for my bunghole.
So last week we had a hot new anime releases segment, and the anime industry was like, know what, we're just gonna keep them coming, serving hot, fresh, new anime announcements. But this is ones that we were not expecting.
Yeah.
So we got a new Gundam announcement. Sure. There's a new Overlord visuals. No surprise. They've been pumping those out. There's a new record of Ragnarok coming. All cool. There's another My Hero Academia Season 6. Sure. Throw it on the pile. I want to talk about 2 new show announcements that completely took me by surprise.
Do it.
And
Do it.
the first one is wild. Wild. I can't believe I'm talking about this in the year 2022. Trigun Stampede. We got new Trigun. Interesting though, announced on Friday that it will be done by CG Studio Orange, who did Beastars and
Uh-oh.
Land of the Lustrous.
Uh-oh.
So I love Studio Orange. I love their CG work. I will watch anything they put out. But man, oh man, on like gut instinct, Trigun does not fit 3D
No.
CG. Like, so they announced Crunchyroll that a panel will be held at Anime Expo on July 2nd, which will announce more information. Obviously, Trigun was a 1998 original work by
Smash
Madhouse.
hit.
Well, yeah, not original work. It was based on a manga, but it was 26 episodes long, starring just one of the most charismatic, fun main characters in Vash the Stampede. In all of anime, he's so cool. He's so rad. He's just fun to watch. And I didn't need more Trigun. I want more Trigun. I don't know how I feel about this. What about you, Mitz?
Well, I saw the so I saw the what the hell was the movie called?
Oh, it was like Badlands or
There's
something?
Badlands Rumble. That's what it was. Thank you.
Yeah.
I saw the premiere of that at Otakon one year. See, Otakon is so great because like they get things like that. They set a movie theater up and they're like, here's 500 people in this theater watching the first ever viewing of Trigun Badlands Rumble. It wasn't that good. They just like completely missed the mark. Failed to recapture the magic entirely. It wasn't like a terrible movie, but it was. Trigun itself is a really good anime. I mean, it's probably like 4.5-ish. It's pretty strong shit for a lot of people, at least. It's not as good as Bebop, but it was kind of in the same time period. But that Badlands Rumble just wasn't as good. It was maybe a 3. So like I'm gonna say like color me a little concerned, a little skeptical. I really hope it's not in CG because it's never been really in CG before. But I'm still excited. You know, like fucking Vash the Stampede has the coolest sunglasses ever. I mean, he just does. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's cool, and the people at Orange are crazy talented, but I don't know, something visually in my head. It's like two great
I'm
things.
drunk, but there's the drop.
It's like a Venn diagram that doesn't come together, you know? It's like having ice cream and having, I don't know, name another delicious thing that
Or
just like
how
doesn't
about
go with ice cream.
A ton of jelly beans and some vodka iced tea.
Exactly.
My situation at the moment.
How about anything in this iced tea? This iced tea is good by itself and with nothing else ever added to it.
It's like fruit cake, you know? Fruit good, cake great. Fruit cake nasty crap. The other mini brand new hot anime releases, whatever we're calling the segment, is, and this also took me by surprise, is a movie of Mononoke.
Yeah.
This is not
Yeah, I saw that.
not Princess Mononoke, not the Ghibli film, but the Mononoke, like the medicine seller, kind of creepy horror, just off-putting weird series that came out a while ago, and in celebrating the 15th anniversary of the show, a live stream event announced that a film will be coming in 2023 that is a completely new work. Kenji Nakamura, the director of the main series, will be returning, as well as Takahiro Sakurai to voice the medicine seller. So you got the two most important people involved. Who knows what'll happen? But this series is so cool. It has such a aesthetic all its own that I'm very excited to see what will happen. Obviously, a lot more faith in this than the Trigun Stampede, and much more surprised. But I'll take it, and I'm very excited.
If Mandy was here,
Me
she'd
too.
flip a shit right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody mentioned on Twitter, like, this is the perfect opportunity for Mandy and Mason to continue their Mononoke watching series analysis that you guys made one episode of
I
and then
have
never touched
all
again.
of my notes ready for episode 2. I was ready to record it.
We could try to do it. I mean, I don't know if
revive
Mandy might be too busy to do that, but I mean, we could try if we want to.
It's such a neat series that I remember we talked about it, and I get it. It's not for everyone, but there is a lot of depth to it that is worth digging into, and we started that, but we faltered. So let us know if you want that back, and watch Mononoke if you haven't. It's good.
I'm in the small crowd that actually prefers Ayakashi to
The horror stories.
I've
Yeah.
actually never watched it. I never watched Ayakashi. Oh, damn it.
Well, I mean, it gives you all the fun of Mononoke at the end there, but then it has two totally different stories also. And the first one is really interesting, because it's that kabuki play that's killed a ton of actors. Like, just it's got to be coincidence. I don't know. Do you believe in ghosts? I don't know, but if you don't, it's coincidence, I guess. But it's pretty spooky. So.
So
Okay.
watch
All right.
Trigun, watch Mononoke, watch original Avatar, and watch Evangelion. All good stuff. In my
Indeed.
book.
Hooray.
All right. Is
Shall
that
we
it?
get to the daddies?
Let's yeah.
Should I
Yeah.
summon Pancake?
I mean, we need Pancake for this.
Oh, Pancake, where are thou chocolate chips? Where are
People
thou
of Earth.
blueberries?
Lend us your energy.
Lend us
You're up.
Excited.
by the power of the sun, by the power of wheat and eggs. Pancake, she's here.
I'm here. I have arrived.
Here's Pancake's mic.
Yep,
You
I'll
talk right
I'll
into
talk
the
right
you
into
talk
it
right into the
now.
front.
Sorry.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Just,
Hi.
yeah,
How are
there
you?
go. There she is with her headphones on. Everything good. Okay. Now, what the hell is this topic, Caroline? This was your
I feel like
design.
surprisingly, I'm the one that came up with this idea.
Baddy or daddy?
I think I might be a little regretful about coming up with this, but what other Father's Day themed topic could we possibly come up with except for anime's best dads, of which there are few?
I don't know, big pee-pee energy or tiny dick energy. Right?
Yeah,
No,
I think the term
it's-
"daddy" has a
No.
far-reaching. Oh, go for it. Go
Everybody
for it.
shut up. Nobody knows
Uh-oh.
anything about daddies on this podcast besides me, all right?
Have you been drinking?
No, I've been
Wow,
doing-
this is sober?
No, I'm not sober. It's just not. That's not the chemical of choice today, all right?
Oh, okay.
So, everybody shut the fuck up.
Wow.
A daddy. Everybody knows what a
I'm scared.
sugar daddy is, right? This is
Someone who
now.
spends lots of money for girls for no reason.
Right. So you can be a daddy without spending cash. That's what we're fucking
Cash.
talking about here, all right? And if you're a baddie, I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean, Caroline?
Yeah.
Okay,
How-
so
explain.
this was really okay. So I was just coming up with a name for the topic. I
Oh,
did not
Well,
really
it's a very
put much
snappy
thought
name.
into what it means. Yes, it's snappy. I like snappiness, not a lot of meaning. The idea that I had originally behind it is that we'd discuss who would we consider a daddy and if we don't consider that character a daddy, they're a baddie, as in they are not good enough to be a daddy.
Okay.
But it's up to
No.
interpretation.
I guess we have to define
So
daddy
either
then.
it's daddy and you got big dick energy, or you're not a daddy
Wow.
and you've got a little tiny pee-pee and you're compensating for something.
I feel totally
We all
unqualified
have different
to.
ideas.
I feel so unqualified for this topic. I'm like,
We can listen.
I'm
I
like,
can have waifus. You can have daddies.
Why
Well,
do you
that's
think we
fair.
brought in reinforcements?
fair enough.
So my assumption was that we'd bring up villains that are either so smoking sexy that you're like, you know what, they can be my daddy, or they're just too evil and are thus a baddie. You know, the guy's so bad that you won't go for him, or the ones that are just succulent enough that you're like, I simp for him. So
And
that's,
then for
that was
me-
my mindset.
Simping for the daddy. Okay.
And then for me, we did do hashtag Mason is a simp last week, so that makes sense.
Yes, we did.
And I decided that I'm going to be talking about anime dads that are also daddies. So
Mason, are you
Yeah.
simping?
Nonstop. I've leaned into this character arc, and now
Wow.
it's all I do.
Okay, well, at least you own it. All right.
But most
Okay,
importantly,
so
I simp
where
for
shall we
myself, so it's okay. It's a healthy relationship.
Well, I don't know. We all wrote down some daddies. So,
I didn't write anything down.
yeah, you didn't. You had to come up with
the
it off top of
daddies
your head.
exist rent free in your mind, don't
Well,
they?
let's lead off with Caroline. Let's go through her
Okay.
list so we can mentally be in the same mindset.
I mean, but
okay.
again, up to interpretation. So unfortunately, the two that I put last on my list, I thought of first. In the first one on my list, I thought of last because it's very recent. I couldn't think of a third one. So Lloyd Forger from Spy X Family. He is technically, yes, a daddy, albeit very recently became a daddy. And also very recently threatened to put his child back into the orphanage if she did not help him out that much. But he's hot, man. Like
I don't-
in dad form and in super spy form, he got what it takes. No? No,
do we-
Pancake
shaking her
Andy.
head
I don't think he's got
know.
BDE.
I have no opinion.
No.
No big daddy energy coming
No
from him.
big daddy energy, no big dick energy, none of that shit with this guy. He's wearing a fucking fedora. Get the fuck out of my face.
Say no more, fam.
What's wrong with a fedora? It's just a style from a
It
different
means
time.
you have a neck beard.
If you have to ask, you don't know.
Yeah,
It means you
but
have
this
a
guy-
neck
it means
beard.
you might wear a
Based
fedora,
on
and
an
that's scary.
experience
But this guy
of
clearly-
being a man. Okay, actually, side note.
He
in
clearly
college,
doesn't have
there
a
was
neck
this-
beard though.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
But in college, there was one guy, very infamous in being like just weird and creepy. He wore a trench coat and a fedora.
What?
And he probably did have a neck beard. And he also got
Did he shoot up your
suspended
school?
for stalking a student. But yeah.
So I have one of those. I went to high school with.
You have a fedora?
Almost exactly. Like trench coat, hat, all this shit.
Yeah.
Bro still sends me fucking messages on
No.
Facebook. And I'm like, I'm getting married. I don't know what to tell you.
Can you
dude.
just hear him breathing heavily through his messages? Do you like my trench coat?
Does he have a fedora?
Do you want to know what's under my trench coat?
Yeah, and they were pinstriped.
Do you want me to show you what's under my trench coat?
No, I don't.
Psst, psst, psst. Hey, it's my penis.
I don't want to see that. Please, thank you.
I'm not vibing with Lloyd. You know, he's a decent
Mason
enough chap.
too.
You know
He's
what?
a decent chap. He's a nice dude. He's ruthless. I get it, but
He's
He's
not a
not-
daddy.
he's not smoking it for me.
I know.
Stop cooking the
Yeah,
bacon.
I agree, sort of. I mean, he was good enough to be put on my list, but he's not at the top. Okay, so second up is Maze Hughes from Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay, I pull this up.
I could see it.
Yeah, he's got
see
a
it.
huge
He's-
fucking
he's-
dick.
Huge dick, she says.
Oh yeah, he is there for his family. He is
Oh, yeah.
in the military. He's not taking no shit, but he's got a soft spot. That cock is massive.
See,
massive cock alert. Whoop, 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 whoop.
See, my opinion is this guy's got a fantastic chin. I mean, he's got a chin built like a fucking stack of
Exactly.
bricks.
Now imagine what that cock
Look
is
at that
built
chin.
like.
Look at that chin. He'd fucking he'd just crush your face with his chin. You'd be like doing MMA, and he'd like have you pinned, and he would just slam his chin into your fucking eye socket and just break it because his chin is made of bricks.
That's a little aggressive.
Well, people do.
You need to
People
calm
do.
down.
People do grind their chins
Please,
into
please,
their eye
you're-
sockets and.
Mitsuki, you're up here. I need you to bring it down a little bit. You're
It's-
a little too much for
but
a
it's-
Sunday. Thank you.
But it's true. They do that. They do. Use
He's
their
really
chins.
feeling this daddy. What can he say?
I'm
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah, when Pancake is teeing you up with the technical, that's when you know
Even
we gotta.
Pancake is telling you to chill.
Listen,
when
I've been
she's
drinking-
doing that,
Listen, this is your fault. I've been drinking vodka. I'm looking at pictures of
You're
Maki.
drinking vodka?
There's vodka in
Are
here.
you drinking my fucking
Okay,
peach
I-
tea?
Yeah.
listen,
I've been
listen. Okay,
I'm-
so my parents are out, so I decided, you know what? I want to do this. I'm gonna drink with Mitsuki on the
Tastes like
show,
shit.
which we have not done before. So I said, let's do this. And so coincidentally, we made ourselves the same exact drink. We did not discuss this. I also
feel-
have peach tea
I
that
feel
I
left
love.
out. Mitsuki, will you run along
No,
downstairs?
you.
and
Why
you'll
don't you
make me
run
a dr-
along?
Oh, fuck. Okay, never mind. Moving on.
You know what? You want me to go make you a drink?
Yeah, please.
You're way more entertaining than I am in this topic. Do we all agree? I
mean,
will just
sure.
say though that
He has more opinions.
I don't know. You guys are talking about daddies. I'm looking at pictures of Maki Oze from Fire Force with her little cat girl like firepower.
No. Waifus are not allowed in this
Okay, no
conversation.
Yeah,
wife.
we're
It's
talking
only
about
daddies.
They're
daddies.
I'll be
non-waifu
back.
conversation.
Waifus get too much time.
If
and
anything,
we love 'em.
husbandos, but what we're talking about is daddies.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's like
So
the
I
sexier
want to
version
mention
of a husbando. Ooh,
the
shit.
problem with Maze. As much as I like him, I think he gives guys the idea that having like the one long strand of hair coming down is a good look when it's not.
No, I
like,
think he just doesn't
only-
know how to style it.
Only in anime can you get away with like the one long thing coming down. I think if people actually try to pull this off in real life, it's big yikes. So
I mean, you're not wrong, but unfortunately, my next choice is literally that times 1,000.
yeah,
With
but
the
this
whole
guy,
single hair. in front of
this
your
guy
face.
is daddy to the extreme.
Yeah, I honestly, he's awesome, and I love him. So yes, I think we have safe to say Mace Hughes is definitely a daddy. But this last one, he's hot. It's Joichiro Yukihira, the king of the single strand of hair in front of your face, which honestly I don't really enjoy as part of his look, but he is buff. He can cook. He's like the most like the best cook in the entire freaking world. Yes, he does sort of abandon his son at a school, but yeah, he's daddy.
So this is Soma's father, right? In Food Wars?
Yes,
so
in Food Wars.
For those, not in the know,
Question.
he's smoking in all sorts of ways.
Are we still on Maze Hughes?
No, we're done.
No, we moved on, but we just barely.
Move on.
if you
Question.
have
So I just
to
went downstairs and made you a very simple mixed drink. Is that Big Dick Daddy energy or is that something else?
No. Driving up to pick me up in a green Kia Soul, that's
Yeah.
Big Daddy energy.
Yeah, baby.
I'm not sure what that means.
Less is
Mitsuki,
more.
let me ask: do you wear your Crocs in relaxed mode or sport mode?
Bro, I don't
Sport
even
mode
own Crocs.
all the way.
You're a sport mode fan? You like sport mode?
He would love sport mode.
I only go sport mode when I'm grilling. When I'm grilling and I need that agile back and forth, I go sport mode.
Wow.
We've
But,
been getting into our tangents today.
That's what the people love.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's like Pancake's coming on. Our whole podcast is going to be
Podcast is
turned
a
into
chaos-
shit.
is
It's
chaos.
just chaos.
What did you make for Pancake, Mitsuki?
Same thing you're drinking.
Yeah, with my
Okay, so you
fucking
made her the
HD.
shitty drink that you
half.
made.
Well, I put half the alcohol in hers because
Oh, yeah.
mine tastes like gasoline. So you don't want mine.
Well, and we all know I'm a lightweight, so.
Yeah, well. Okay. Did we already finish
back
with?
to Yeah, we finished up on Macy. So now we're talking about Ichiro Yukihira from
Yeah, I pulled his
Food Wars.
picture up. He's pretty good. I don't like his facial hair looks still scraggly, but he's all right.
He's a semi-daddy. I don't think
Semi-daddy?
I don't think he has a tiny peepee, but he's not got that big, robust,
Is this all about
He's
penises?
got that baby's arm coming out, you know?
He's just got like a little normal 7-incher. I don't know.
Normal 7 inches. That is well beyond normal. Okay, I'm gonna Google this.
That's my normal.
Average penis size USA. Okay. Average penis size in the USA, based on previous studies about the distributions of penis length and circumference,
God.
the average American erect penis was estimated as 6 inches and with a circumference of 5 inches. That's a fucking Coke can, ladies. Prepare thyself.
Okay, so he's
Choo
got.
choo, coming down the tunnel.
Oh my god!
Coke
You
can.
have to account for the yaw factor, though. The yaw factor.
What the hell does that mean? Ya
Well,
Ming.
you gotta have a jelly bean.
Is
my
it
dude.
like
That's a
Ya
South Park
Boi
reference.
Kongming?
Yeah.
Oh my god! How many times has he fucking said that on this podcast
It's ya
already today?
boy.
Several.
It's ya boy.
I had to fucking listen to that multiple times a day, every
I feel
day,
so sorry
all
for you.
fucking
It's
week.
your
all
boy
right?
Kong Ming, Zhuge Liang, courtesy Kong Ming, biatch.
I'm sorry. This is my fault, Pancake.
You guys will
Okay.
be fine.
Anyway,
So
Anyway.
in conclusion, here it seems like Lloyd Forger is a baddie. Joichiro Yukihira is a mix. Mace Hughes, total
Mace
daddy.
Hughes is
Yep.
the daddy. So
Yeah.
far.
I could agree with that.
Okay. So now that we have finished up my list, let's move on to somebody else. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. So I already know this is a slam dunk for Pancake. She's gonna fucking flip a shit. I'm gonna pull up. Move your drink. Your drink is in front of my keyboard. Very bad idea. All right. So here is. So I didn't even have to type the last name. Google knew it. I typed in Bunta, and Google was like,
Oh, yeah.
Do you mean Bunta Fujiwara? So I was like, here you go. Bunta Fujiwara. Not only is he the greatest dad ever in the history of anime, but the man can drift with no hands, and always smokes a cigarette.
You know why he can do it with no hands? Because
Why?
he's using that massive cock. He's got such massive daddy energy.
This is a hentai episode, people. We have entered. Poor Caroline, were you aware? Well, Pancake's here, so I mean,
I had an idea of
this
what
was
the
your idea.
potential
You brought this
topic
upon
was.
yourself.
It is my own fault. So
She's
Yeah,
not
you
even
guys-
drunk yet.
You guys were like talking about this at the exact wrong time because I had literally just come up to the office
Well,
when
it's a
you
great
talked about it.
It's a great topic so far, though. This is fun. This is fucking fire. So.
thank you.
So pull up a picture. So Bunta Fujiwara is Takumi's dad, the main character. Takumi being the main character of Initial D, and Bunta's in the show a lot. He's like, unlike most anime where there's no parents really, he's actually the dad. And like Maze Hughes, definitely a big daddy energy, right? But this guy's actually a daddy and is a total fucking pimp. Like he can acquire any. He has so many connections. He's so cool, and when he needs to be in a spot, he's like very soft and sympathetic and like very fatherly to Takumi in some very like emotional scenes in that anime. It's pretty sharp shit.
He's strong, but he has aftercare skills.
Aftercare is important.
Okay, so but here's my thing. I've never seen Initial D, and just looking at pictures of him,
Well, eat
he
a jelly
might
bean
be a
then, I
good
guess.
character in the show. But from almost all these pictures, he just looks like he's asleep while driving a car with a cigarette.
Well, he
in his
never
mouth.
opens his eyes.
Yeah, he's like Brock.
Oh,
Are you
yeah,
being
I can see
rude?
that being just part of his character. But overall, he just looks old and tired, and nah, he's a baddie.
It's from carrying around that big old dick. He's got to like zip tie up every morning.
He's exhausted.
I tell you what.
Okay, but like for example, he just looks like he would fall asleep in the middle of whatever sexy time you're doing.
Well, you know what? That makes it a challenge.
What?
You gotta
You don't want him to fall asleep.
gotta blow
That's
his
the
mind.
worst.
Gotta keep him awake. Gotta blow his mind.
You need
this
that
is-
duct tape blowjob. That's really the.
No
Duct
balls.
tape, yeah. The duct tape match. Exactly, yeah. Perfect. All right, so we weren't sold on Bunta, I guess. Well,
Me
not
personally,
entirely.
no, but that's all. If I've seen the anime, maybe, but
This next
just
one's
based on
a-
pictures.
This next one was just me trolling. So honestly, I put this in there just so I can make inappropriate comments and make Caroline eat jelly
Ew.
beans. So,
Ew.
so
There are several jelly bean-esque moments in this topic, but unfortunately, I would
What
just be
is
eating
this?
jelly beans like literally constantly.
What do jelly beans mean?
Ew.
So Caroline
Who is
eats a
this
jelly
guy?
bean, and anytime a character comes up that she does, anytime an anime is brought up that she hasn't seen, or anytime I make an inappropriate reference, or anytime, which
Oh,
you've made
God.
like hundreds of them already in the last 6 minutes. So
I have
Or-
not.
so-
I've been very PG today.
Anime I haven't seen. The anime I haven't
Bullshit,
seen.
you've been
it's
PG.
references to things like pop culture references, fitness references, or inappropriate jokes.
It's been very PG. Magic 3 minutes ago when she just yells out cock.
yeah, exactly. Kara and Pancake's like giant cocks. Yeah, PG. Okay, so Akai is this character. We haven't even said who the character is yet. Akai from Kite. Kite is on Retro Crush. Really, people should watch it if you just want like really fucking crazy action. Akai is this
And what?
Akai is this corrupt police officer who basically,
Looks like a pedophile.
well, news flash, he is.
Oh, great.
So,
Love it.
Kite is actually a hentai if it's uncensored, and censored it makes a lot more sense. But Akai does go to town on poor Sawa several times in this anime, but he's this cop that will take contracts from other people to assassinate. Generally speaking, people that are bad, like pedophiles, for example, and then Sawa and the other guy will go out and kill them. But then, like randomly, Akai just like starts decides he just wants to plow Sawa, so he just like just take her to the whatever the word is. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. This was more of a troll than anything else. So, what do you
I
guys
think
think?
it
Thanks.
deserves
I
a jelly
hate
bean.
it.
Oh, you hate
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Look at him with
Even
a
his
sig.
character design
Sawa.
is like I can't stand like the one color beard and the one colored hair, like
I
being
can't
different.
either.
It's
It's
just
Sawa.
fucking
weird.
nasty.
I've
But
been
then is also
smoking.
the fact that he is a pedophile and a rapist.
There we go.
That's-
There we go.
This
There's-
is
there
the
we
dude who
go.
goes on 4chan and is like, yeah, I'm a daddy. I'm definitely a daddy. No, my friend.
Yeah.
No,
If you have to
you're a
ask
baddie.
yourself if you're a daddy, you're not a daddy.
He does die at the end of the show, so that's something. Okay, the next character I have because
Just
we're running.
casually spoil.
You can't spoil Kite. You just have to watch it. It's too fucking crazy.
Well, let's go. How are you gonna make this? How are you gonna span the bridge between these two characters you're about to talk about?
Well, I'll tell you. If Akai's penis wasn't enough of a just excitement factor for this podcast episode, just wait till you get to Tatsuo Kusakabe from Totoro, the dad from Totoro. I mean, this guy,
Huge cock.
he's raising
Dad.
2 kids by himself. He's a writer. He buys a house. He's taking his kids out on the
He's
bicycle.
a girl dad.
He's fucking the boss. This could be the best dad ever in anime. I mean, and I don't know about his big dick energy with his little like fisherman's hat and his little vest.
He is
Whoa, whoa,
fully
whoa, whoa.
He is
comfortable.
fucking
That is
awesome.
huge dick energy.
Don't denounce the sweater vest, my dude.
A sweater.
I don't know. He kind of
Okay.
looks like a fourth grader.
Woo, she's coming in
wow.
hot with that one. Looks like a 4th grader.
Like
she
it's just
says.
the Ghibli style. It's not his fault. But
Yeah.
with the sweater
True
vest,
enough.
he looks like his mom dressed him up for his first day of school.
He just likes
Maybe
to
she
keep a
did.
clean appearance, you know?
Sure.
He's got an immaculate cock.
Wow. Immaculate. Wow. I should just.
Like,
I should
if I
put,
say immaculate, it'll be PG.
I really should put like so and so and so featuring Pancake on these episode titles so people know what to expect when they come in. It's like if you don't want to hear people talk about cock, you don't want to. Then when Pancake's on, you don't want to talk. You want to skip this one. But then you're bad for the ratings. We don't really have ratings, but yeah.
For the longest time, I thought this character was the character in that butterfly meme. Like, is this a blank? I thought that was him.
Oh, yeah, I can kind
Oh.
of see that. Yeah.
I can see
Oh.
that.
Isn't that from Sailor Moon?
I
have to
don't know.
look
It's
at
not
it.
from Sailor Moon. I can't remember what it's from. Let me look it up.
I have to look at it again.
Can't
I
remember.
think it's from like some OVA.
All right. Well, why don't we move on in the interest of time? So Mason, I gotta pull up Mason. Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
so ready
so-
for Mason's pick.
So my list is, these are all villains. These are
Fuck
all
yes.
characters who have flaws. And the question is, are they sexy enough to overcome those flaws or perverse
Oh.
world views to be a daddy? Or are they just so evil that they are a baddie? So the
Side
first
note,
one,
that anime that meme is from, The Brave Fighter of Sun Bird.
What?
Bird. Yeah, The Brave Fighter of Sun Bird. It's a 1990s Japanese anime. As
All right.
according to
Have you seen this?
Know Your
Have-
Meme.
Have you seen this, Mason?
I don't think so.
If Mason hasn't seen it, no one has seen it. So
It's from season 1, episode 3. Look it up. Okay, back
All
to
right.
you, Mason.
Back to you, Cotton.
Yeah. So the first villain question, is this a baddie or a daddy? We're talking Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
It was I.
It was from plenty of memes. Dio.
It was I, Dio.
So, what do we think? Daddy or baddie?
I'm sorry. He's gonna have to be a tiny peepee.
Tiny
Daddy.
peepee. He
No, I
does
would
try
agree.
pretty hard. Look at that
I don't.
fucking face.
I think Dio is just a baddie. I think he's just too mean. He's too evil. He's too narcissistic, and I think he's
mean-
overcompensating with those shoes. Those like elf shoes? Nah, back
His
off.
elf
taking,
shoes.
Oh,
taking
yeah.
somebody else's body, that just shows a lot of insecurity, my dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Now,
fair
is he a daddy because he goes into, spoilers, a JoJo body that has BDE? Questionable, but I still think mindset. Daddy is about a mindset, and I don't think he's
Yes.
got it.
Thank you. Mason gets what a daddy is. Somebody here knows what I'm fucking talking about.
Well done, Mason. You have accomplished what
Thank
most men
you.
cannot. You've ascended.
This is why he's my fucking favorite.
Well,
Thank
there you
you.
go. Fair
So,
enough.
Dio, Baddy, agree? Everyone on board with that?
100%.
Okay, this next one.
I mean, he does
Some
have a
claim
clover
he-
on his head. So.
Some claim he has done nothing wrong. And I know, Guts, Big Daddy energy, but Griffith from Berserk, Baddy or Daddy?
I know I don't really need a picture for you.
Are we
Pancake,
talking
but-
about Griffith?
We're talking about Griffith
Pre-
across
female?
all
Pre or
stages.
Okay.
He's too pretty for me.
He ain't pretty after the world-breaking 14-minute rape scenes at the end of
Oh,
Berserk.
God.
It's fucking crazy. The end of Berserk.
I
is
can
something crazy.
simp for Griffith. I'm sorry. He's definitely a
You would.
daddy. He's definitely a daddy.
You would.
He is so comfortable within himself.
Bullshit. He turns into a fucking Batman character at the end of the
I know. But
He's like,
he's got goals.
my penis
He's
is
got-
so small. I got to put on a
Shut
fucking
up.
costume.
You don't know what's going on.
You shut up, girl.
I'll fight you.
Oh yeah, let's do it. I'll take your drink away. You're drunk.
You won't do shit.
You're drunk. Calm down.
Okay, so the reason Griffith is simp worthy and thus a daddy, he's got ambition.
Okay.
He takes care of his personal hygiene, and he's got a best friend.
He's got a best friend.
That's important. And he fucks the world.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. Okay.
What's a bigger dick energy than that? I mean, come
Exactly.
on now.
screwing all of humanity, questionably. I like him. I think he's a daddy as well.
Yes, high five.
We got two daddies in Berserk. That's why you love it. That's why it's so good. You
Yep.
can't fight that.
You can't fight the daddy energy. It just
The
pulls you
daddy
in.
to main character ratio is just off the charts.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the outlier. You can't use that in any other rating against other animes. They're the outlier. You can't use it.
Yeah,
Take
it's
'em
too
away.
good.
How are you feeling, Caroline?
Both of these, nah, not feeling it.
Gotcha.
Not
fair,
feeling
fair. A lot of baddies in her world. That's okay. We got one
I
more
have
for you.
standards.
I need
will-
to stop everybody for a second.
Okay.
I just realized Mason's hair is cut. I was looking at
Yeah,
him and
well,
I'm
yeah,
like,
it
what
is.
the fuck is different? And I'm like, oh my god, he doesn't
It's
look
all
like
done.
Aaron Yeager anymore. It's beautiful.
True.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
your new
Thank
head.
you. Thank you. The hair is in the back of someone's truck right now, aka whatever
That
USPS
sounds weird.
driver is delivering it to my donation center of choice. So yeah, my hair is on the move. It's going mobile, but thank you.
I love it.
It's mobile.
Congratulations.
See, I don't know. I just got to say, the end of Berserk, still, 25 years later or whatever, 27 or 28, however many years it's been, is still pretty much the most insane thing I've ever seen. I mean, it is beyond words how fucking ridiculous the end of Berserk is. Like, that anime goes from being like this, like, military conquest sort of show to being like just full-on fucking madness in a blink. And people watching that show must be unbelievably confused.
Read the manga.
Read the
the
manga,
manga.
she says.
It's the only time where the non-ending is justified because the only next step is to read it and then you get it in all its glory. So
Yep.
anyway,
Manga.
one last Baddy or Daddy for you guys. I was gonna do Shinsuke from Gintama, but I don't think anyone here knows who he is. So
I have
we're
not
gonna-
gotten to that part of Gintama, but I did look up a picture, and yes, Daddy.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty
hot.
cool.
I gotta pull up this
he's a good
I've
boy.
never watched Gintama. So
Oh,
Mason, persuade me, because
let me
I
get it
do
up for
trust
you.
your judgment.
He's one of those like damaged characters. He's really broken, but he just shows up he's not like a recurring force throughout the show. He's always like the guy they talk about from the shadows, and just whenever he does come on screen though, he steals the show. He's suave. He's just so cool and is not at all annoying like a lot of the other characters in the show.
Yeah,
neat.
he's
He
definitely.
reminds me of Mugen.
He reminds me. He sounds like he's in the same vein as
Mugen?
Shishomaru. So yes, he has a big
Yeah,
peepee.
who
He's
I
fucking
also was
Mugen.
gonna bring up.
Who's Mugen?
Samurai
From
Champloo.
Samurai
He's a jelly
Champloo?
bean.
Jelly
For the record,
bean,
I did watch the
jelly
first
bean.
episode of that like several
Oh,
years ago.
well,
Wait, so
maybe you
every
don't
time
need to
we
use
say
that.
something inappropriate, she has to eat a jelly bean?
Yes, that's
Like
part
it
of
has
the
to
rules.
be
Titties,
especially
pussies.
inappropriate.
Titty
It
pussies.
has to be like a Mitsuki brand of inappropriate, I guess.
It has to be the fact that he
Ass and titties, ass and titties.
described a rape in such a weird way earlier, so that deserved
What?
a jelly bean. That's the level you have to go. Like, what was it? Like railing a character you mentioned and from the Kai or whatever.
I don't think he rapes her in that anime. She seems pretty willing, but it is pretty much a hentai. Yeah, it's inappropriate.
Oh,
as
whatever.
fuck.
I assume
Yeah.
I assume that was like whatever. But let's move on.
It's whatever. Yeah, we
Yep.
don't need to
Shinsuke,
talk about that.
he's a daddy. But Shishomaru, what do you guys think?
Daddy.
No.
Yeah, Shishimaru.
Ultimate daddy.
Doesn't he marry that little girl later?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking weird.
It's a little groomy and creepy.
Very
but
groomy. Are you kidding? A little groomy.
Yeah, dog. Isn't that what
What's the
dogs
definition of grooming? Yeah, I laugh about it. It's really funny.
do?
Daddy.
They're cartoon
What?
characters.
I know it doesn't fucking matter really. I mean, it does
Carolina.
matter sort of, but
0 for 4, nothing but baddies, except for
No,
I guess
I'll-
Shinsuke.
Yeah, he's good.
Okay, nice. We got one. We take that. So there we go. I got no more tough take questions.
so who was the
But,
ultimate daddy?
Guts.
Wait, does
The
Pancake have
ultimate
any?
daddy.
Guts is the ultimate daddy. Pancake says. How about you, Caroline? Who's the ultimate daddy?
Oh, I already talked about my daddies.
Oh,
Oh.
oh okay. What about the mommies? No one
We're not
cares.
talking
Well,
about
that's a
fucking
different-
mommies.
yeah,
That's a
that's-
different
They
conversation.
had their
They
time
know
in the
that.
shine.
We have a whole
Okay,
tournament
blah,
about
blah,
them.
blah.
Literally an entire turn. Well, I
Hey,
guess
mommy,
not
sorry.
necessarily
Mommy,
mommies, but-
sorry.
We're,
Mommy,
we're,
sorry.
we're having a whole waifu war right now.
Yeah, but
We all know.
mommies are different from waifus, but still, that's not today. Today's Father's Day, so of course we're going to sexualize dads.
Fuck yeah, we are. Daddies need
Of
love
course,
too.
we can't help
I
it.
tell you,
We all know the ultimate daddies is all the fathers listening right now, getting through this episode
Yep.
with their kids in the back seat, like, Daddy,
You're
what are you
welcome.
listening to? And you're like, don't call me that. Call me father. I'm your dad. I'm not your daddy.
I tell you right now, dads are plenty happy to be sexualized. They're like, yeah, call me daddy.
All of you listening to the podcast have huge dick daddy energy, and we love you.
I have reached
Happy Father's Day.
True.
I have reached
Yeah.
the point in this poll where I'm doing the pictures for Revy, and it's like, am I able to find a photo where she's not putting a cigarette out on someone's nipple? Let's see if I can find this, because that's pretty much her character. in a
Okay, moving
nutshell.
on. Thank you.
Oh, moving on. Okay, well, there's nothing else. I think we're at the end.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say
looks like
Guts, Shishomaru. Who else do I love? Ooh,
Yeah,
Hisoka.
Okay,
Yeah.
bungee gum.
Yeah, he can bungee gum me up anytime.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
So, with that,
Well, that was a surprisingly easy effort to find a picture of Revy. That wasn't too hard. But she's
What
but she's
is
still.
the weekly trivia question?
Oh shit! Okay.
The weekly trivia question is: in the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, what are the names of the three main kingdoms? Bonus points. Who was the leader of each kingdom? Should be a little bit difficult, but we shall see if anybody can get the answer correct after the news break.
Larry, Curly, and Mo.
Absolutely.
Pika! Hey, Anime Addicts, Mitsugi is here bringing you your anime news break, starting out with little Kaguya-sama Love is War news, because I know all of you love Kaguya-sama. There's going to be an exhibition held in Japan at Sunshine City Bunka Kaikon building in Tokyo from August 11th through the 28th. If Japan does open up, you will be able to experience this exhibition in Japan, which should be pretty cool. It also has been in Osaka back in April, and subsequently in Fukuoka in May, so it's kind of touring around Japan. Production materials include scripts, keyframes, storyboards, and background art, which are all displayed, and there are photos online of the exhibit, which is pretty nice. It more or less looks like an art gallery, so if you are a fan of Kaguya-sama Love is War, and you have the opportunity to be in Japan, definitely check out the Kaguya-sama Love is War exhibit. Next up, well, every year Sanrio does their giant poll that tracks the most popular characters for the company. And this year, there were nearly 3 million votes, and the top 5, starting with number 5, were My Melody, Pochako Kuromi Pom Pom Pudding, who I think was number 1 in prior years at some point, and Cinema Roll. Cinnamon Roll has topped the list for the 3rd consecutive year, which makes it, I guess, the godlike Sanrio character at the moment. Hello Kitty came in 6th. Next up in the news, we have 2 new anime coming out. The anime Mononoke, which was a spin-off of the Samurai Horror Tales anime, which came out quite some time ago, is going to be celebrating its 15th anniversary with a film. So this was announced just this recent week. Production company Twin Engine also posted promos for it if you want to check out the promotional art. It's going to open in Japan and theaters in 2023. And as I said, Mononoke, a spin-off of the Ayakashi Samurai Horror Tales, which came out in 2006, as the 3rd section of that was actually called Mononoke, or Bakeneko, I think, and then the spin-off actually occurred from there. So if you are a fan of Mononoke, there will be a movie coming out in 2023 if you do enjoy. And lastly, a new anime coming out from the manga Shiro Seijo Tokuro Bukoshi, titled Saint Celia and Pastor Lawrence. This is in production and from director Sumie Noro, who has worked on quite a lot of stuff, including Yesterday o Utate as an episode director. It's done by Studio Doga Kobo, which most people know. It's a very popular and famous studio. So this has 9 volumes in print. The 9th one is going to be coming out on July 19th. And dwelling in the outskirts of a small town, Lawrence works as a local pastor for the townsfolk. When in need, he is responsible for guiding people to the church for the saint, a symbol of good morals, who heed the struggles and grant sincere advice to people. And then Cecilia, a young girl, is tasked to fulfill this role. However, the job is very tiresome and exhausts her very quickly. That, paired with her hidden somnolent nature, which I don't even know what that means, I guess she sleeps a lot, often causes her to laze around the church. This leaves Lawrence to care for the church all by himself, and when Cecilia sleeps in anticipation for her next visitor, Lawrence caters to her needs alongside performing the church's numerous responsibilities. Sounds like a huge snoozer, but people online are talking about it, so we'll see how that one pans out when I'm sure to have to watch it later. And that was the news. This was your news break, and now time to get back to the podcast right now. You've been working hard at your job and you're driving home late. It's dark outside and your eyes are so very tired. I know, work is hard. But fear not, you have your podcast to listen to. Oh, what's that? You're all out of podcasts? Well, then on your way home, you'll probably accidentally catch a few seconds of shut-eye, drift off, and play the role of truck coon, sending some hapless person to an isekai world. Sounds fine, maybe, but they'll probably land butt naked in some town square and be ridiculed and harassed into a life of sadness and poverty. If only you had the AAA Podcast's extra content to listen to, we would have entertained you all the way to the safety of your home with our hentai episodes, our after parties, and our Hobby Addicts episodes. After all, who doesn't like to party? And what would keep you more entertained than talk of your favorite video games, TV series, and of course, anime boobies? Don't be a truck coon. Head over to aapodcast.com/join, or maybe you'll go to patreon.com/AAApodcast and support the show today. Again, that's aapodcast.com/join or Patreon.
この番組はの提供でお送りします。
Welcome back to the podcast. When we left you, we had a trivia question. Those of you who played a lot of Dynasty Warriors growing up know the answer to this one. In the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, what are the names of the three main kingdoms? For bonus points, what was the name of the leader for each kingdom? You must get them correspondingly so. The kingdoms are Wu, Shu, and Wei, and the lead led by Cao Cao, Liu Bei, and Sun Quan, respectively. And if
I'm
you got
surprised
that,
you pronounced those correctly. Well, somewhat, as correctly as we can get.
I don't think Cao Cao was pronounced correctly, but I also don't know
No,
Mandarin.
based on my previous knowledge in Mandarin, Cao Cao is correct.
All right. And if you got all of that correctly, then you too are a daddy. So just remember that.
Even if
You
you are
get
a
a
woman.
daddy, and you get a daddy.
And you get a daddy, and you're a daddy, and you're a daddy.
Whoever made that music is a daddy, because that music was fire
You like
coming
that?
back from it. It's so good.
God bless royalty-free music. All right, and now time for Living Big in Japan.
日本のいいとこ見てみよう It's time to live big in Japan.
I'm pretty drunk right now, but I'm going to try my best. Let's see here. Eric, thank you for writing in. If you want to submit a Living Big in Japan, people, it's the same place everything else is done. AAApodcast.com/mailbag. I mean, it's not rocket science. If you want to know about Japan from a person who's lived there, write a fucking mailbag. I'll help you out, just like Eric did. My name is Eric, and I am a current senior in college majoring in international business with a minor in East Asian studies. You know what's funny? I have a major in international business with a minor in Asian studies. Are you me? Is this me? What the fuck? I was planning on studying abroad in Osaka, but due to the pandemic, my study abroad was canceled for 4 semesters in a row. Probably still canceled.
Sorry, my dude.
Boo.
That sucks. Yeah. With that being bad timing. With that being said, how did you guys live/work in Japan? I'm a huge fan of the podcast. And always enjoy listening on Spotify. Ooh, yeah. I hope this question was not too long or personal, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So my story was I wanted to go to Japan when I had a good opportunity, which was, pretty soon after I got out of grad school. And I tried the JET program first, which is a very difficult interview. Be ready have mock lessons prepared. You must be ready for that interview. And it's a panel interview. If you walk into that JET interview unprepared, you will crash and burn. I promise. So if you try to do JET, you must be ready. Easier path would be to go to gaijinpot.com and you can interact. Hires a ton of people every year, and they pay okay, not as well as JET, but better than like some Kiowa type schools. And I mean, the pay in Japan for teaching English is pretty poor in general. I mean, be prepared to not make a lot of money, but to have more of a life experience type of thing. And if you go on Gaijin Pot and you apply to a bunch of stuff, there's a pretty decent chance that you'll be able to score a job in Japan eventually. Don't get discouraged. Just like with any applying for jobs, it takes time. You might do 100 applications, whatever, but you'll get something eventually. And Interact will help you get set up. They'll find your apartment. They'll get you a car if you need it. They'll train you for a few weeks. Everything you need. I recommend it. You do give up a lot financially teaching English in Japan, but it's also an experience that is pretty hard to replicate, and you'll have a lot of fun. I hope you get placed in an elementary school because it's very easy. You're basically just a clown dancing around in front of the kids, but the teacher will give you full reign of the classroom. For me, like, I had laminated Pokemon cards, and I had like one Mewtwo in the deck, and I'd have kids like take turns like saying phrases to each other, and then I'd let them trade Pokemon cards. And then like I'd be like, oh, by the way, there's one Mewtwo, and all the kids are like, oh my god, it's Mewtwo! Oh my god! Oh, wait a second, where's my drop for this? Here we go. Too loud.
That just blew out.
Deep cried kids. You love to hear it.
That's what they're like.
You want to be a teacher in Japan? Can you get through this test?
That's what they're like. That's what they're like, though. Oh my god, it's Mewtwo!
You literally then yelling in your ears, and you have to withstand it. That's why it's so difficult.
Fake laminated Pokemon cards, Mario coloring pages, whatever the fuck. You're teaching colors? Mario coloring pages. You're a genius. Have fun. Next up, Sajintha writes, "Good day, my overlord. My addict overlords. I'm hoping to visit Japan towards the end of 2023. And there's a possibility of being able to stay with a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. Just kidding. I was wondering what is the etiquette of being a good house guest in Japan, and also should I bring a gift for them? If it does happen to be promised." I've been promised an authentic Japanese salaryman drinking session with a host, so here's hoping. Well, so there are a lot of websites out there for this. I looked one up. I mean, a lot of this stuff's pretty common sense. Showing up on time, like right on time. Don't show up early. Don't show up late. Like if you show up early, wait outside. Show up right on the dot. Not that hard. You'll get it. You'll be fine. Don't bring guests with you unless you ask. Very important. As you said, bring a gift. Japan is obsessed with gift exchanges. I used to go to this restaurant in fucking rural Japan it was a chef from Tokyo, retired, and decided he was going to open up a small restaurant in this rural area. And the guy, one time we gave him a gift because his food was so good and we enjoyed it so much. And then like the next week, he had a gift for us. And then the next week we gave him a gift. And then the week after that, he had like a t-shirts from the restaurant. And he just keeps going back and forth. People in Japan love fucking giving gifts. They will love it. I don't know. Bring sake. That perfect gift. You'll be fine. Announce your arrival. Shitsure shimasu, ojamashimasu. That's what you say. Like when you come into someone's house, it means like, sorry for like, invading your space, basically. For God's sakes, don't wear your shoes. You're a fucking rube. As Mason would say, you're a rube. You're a slug brain if you wear your shoes. If you wear shoes, you are dead if you wear shoes in someone's house in Japan. It's like that's like the equivalent of like walking on top of someone's dining room table with your shoes on. It's brutal. And you might damage their floor too because the tatami is very fragile and expensive, by the way. So take your shoes off at the Gencon and put your slippers on. So this kind of stuff, you're pretty much golden. You don't even need to go into like the table manners and stuff. Don't stick your chopsticks straight up in your rice. Whatever. Be polite. Say it's delicious. Common things that you'll be fine. So, but again, if you
Umai. Yeah, go full Demon Slayer with it.
Oh my god. Fucking Demon Slayer. All right, so yeah, good stuff. Japan is awesome. If you get to have an experience in someone's house in Japan that is super unique, pretty rare for a foreigner, and you'll have a great time. And the chances are the food will be really good. So that's about it. And next up is mailbags. So you submit those in the same place. Here's your drop.
It's time for an almighty anime mailbag. Anime.
Mailbag.
Again,
All
if
right.
you want to submit a mailbag, go to AAApodcast.com and click on the mailbag button. Whether it be legitimate questions or just conversation starters, pondering, or whatever, we will accept all and answer all. So we got one from Thirsty Pretzel, great name, who says that
Thirsty
they've been listening to
Pretzel?
the pod. Yeah, Thirsty
Wow.
Pretzels do make you thirsty, so it makes
They
sense.
do. They're delicious with mustard. I love mustard on my pretzels.
That's very nice, Mitsuki. So,
Thanks.
back to what they were talking about. I've been listening to the podcast for a bit over a year now, and you have successfully made my anime addiction much, much worse. I listen weekly while walking to class and recently started watching the Twitch stream, so hello if you're here. Now to the mailbag. I found myself bored on a Friday afternoon while folding laundry, and I realized that I'm not watching any dubbed anime at the moment, so I browse Netflix until I find a movie worthy of holding my attention while matching socks, but that I have seen enough times so I don't feel inclined to actually look at the screen. I stumble upon Happy Gilmore, a classic that I have seen many times, but not after I started watching anime about a year and a half ago. As I was watching it, I began to realize that the plot, the gags, and the evil nursing home all would be fantastic elements for a goofy anime. So my question is, are there any Western movies that you think would make a great anime movie/series if they were adapted? Thanks, Thirsty Pretzel. P.S. Mason, I am an aerospace engineering undergrad in my third year, and if you need an intern to teach the ways of fluid mechanics next
look at
year,
this kid.
also, Golden Boy rules, and I will always try to get Caroline Durant from the chat if I see the opportunity. It's the best. Winky face. Thanks.
Oh, yes! My queen!
What do you think about that? You could have an underling, Mason.
I could. That requires me to know fluid mechanics, though, which I do, and by do I mean did before. I don't do anything with it right now. I'm sorry.
Are you saying that's a waste of time?
No, fluid mechanics is so cool. I love fluid mechanics. I wish I did it more, but what I work on doesn't use them. So, just let me know. Come on by to Connecticut. I'll get you a job.
Wow.
Is that a promise?
Damn.
With a name like Thirsty
Caroline's
Pretzel,
like, I'm taking it.
everyone wants it.
All right. Wow.
All right, so who wants to start with answering the question that took a while to get to?
I can go first.
I think Mason should since he's front and center already.
Exactly. A Western movie that I think would be a great adaptation would be The Boondock Saints, which, if you've never seen, is a cult classic. So everyone knows it, but I don't know. I think it would serve well. It's very snarky. It's very fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously, so you can be still a little cartoonish with it and campy and still have a fun time. Unless when you say a Western movie, you mean a Western style movie, in which case I would say The Magnificent Seven, which is a super cool version of actually a Japanese film called Seven Samurai, where these bad people are coming into town and you get this ragtag group of warriors to fight them off. And I think that would it's a very easy story to tell, but I think it would loan itself well to a crazy off the wall actiony fight scene in anime. So either of those I would definitely be down for.
Well, I'm just about to open another drink here. Got my Angry Orchards.
Oh,
Love
shit.
it. My
Oh!
favorite.
Oh, my
Got my
God.
keychain bottle opener, so just ASMR.
Oh,
Ooh, that was a good little pop.
that's all right. Needs work.
I didn't have as much fizz as I was hoping.
Okay, so my answer to that question.
It's pretty good. You did okay.
A series of unfortunate events, which is both a movie and a TV show that honestly would be an entertaining anime, I would think. A lot of like weird things happen in it that is kind of cartoony in its own way that I think would lend itself to an anime. And recently in the anime club, I think it was like a month or two ago, we were watching Paprika, or we were discussing Paprika, and it came to my attention like, oh wow, this is a lot like Inception, which would also make a pretty good anime based on that. So either one of those two, I think, would make pretty good ones.
I mean, they already. I guess Paprika's already so close, but you're not wrong.
It's similar. It's just meaning that there's an audience for it.
It's kind of a hard question, honestly. Some of my favorite movies just aren't really conducive, so I'm not gonna go there. But I do really like the movie The Abyss. That movie is pretty solid. I don't know if it would make a great anime or not, but it would be okay. I think The Fifth Element is a super awesome movie. That's pretty sci-fi and a lot of fun, and it could be probably successful as an anime with all the aliens and gunfights and whatnot. Honestly, so The Fifth Element I would consider pretty decent. I think the Matrix like already has an anime, which is pretty weird. And I don't know. Some of my other favorite movies are like Ghostbusters, Caddyshack, like some of these, but I don't know. They don't really seem like all that conducive. You can't have Ghostbusters without Bill Murray. It would be a failure. And Caddyshack, I don't know. I guess it could be fun, but Caddyshack just succeeds because of the cast is such an all-star cast, so it's pretty tough. So I'm just gonna say The Fifth Element. I think would be great, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there like Mila Jovovich. She's basically an anime character already. It's just transfer her into an anime. So that's about it. Are there any other mailbags?
That's it.
Wow. Well, thanks, guys. If you want to submit a mailbag, you know where to do it. AAApodcast.com/mailbag. I've been drinking, okay? And my vocal fry, okay? Come on, guys. It's time for your boy, Kongming.
It's your boy.
It's your boy, Zhugen Leon, courtesy name, Kongming, biatch.
Is that Pancake groaning in the background?
Nah, she's sleeping. She's had alcohol, now she's asleep, so.
Yeah, it's finally time. Hot off the press, we have a review of Ya Boy, Kongming. This is a spring 2022 show finished up days ago. Days. We're on top of it here. I passed the show back on episode 626. You can watch this over on High Dive or Disney Plus. Synopsis, as Mitt said with a much better accent than me, Zhukun Liang? Juku Liang?
Let me see. Where's it written? I forgot his name.
I just say Zhugen Liang. I have no idea how to say his name.
I can tell you. Oh, yeah.
I know he's got a great hat.
Yeah, Zhuge Liang. Yeah,
Zhuge Liang.
I know he has a great hat.
AKA
Juga, actually. Juga.
Nice. Was one of the genius tacticians in the period of the Three Kingdoms. He finds himself on a mission, and he dies. Oh well. Unfortunately, he finds himself alive and well, despite initially being transported to hell, he believes. He's transported into modern-day Shibuya, one of the hip nightlife scenes in Japan, in Tokyo. There he is moved to tears after consuming a little too much adult beverages. He's moved to tears at the beauty of the singing of Eiko, who is a struggling idol, and he vows to use his intellect and schemes and tactics to raise her from a struggling singer to a superstar. And that's kind of the setup. Exactly. The setup for this anime, also known as Party P Kome. Party P being slang for clubbers or people who go to nightclubs or partiers. So
oh wow, I didn't know that.
The synopsis of what is a very strange and eclectic anime, I would say. Without that synopsis, though, Caroline, what were your expectations going into Ya Boy?
It's Ya Boy.
Well, when the season started and we made our picks, we were in the middle of doing impressions. And then everybody started piping up in our anime channel on Discord with like, oh my god, your boy Kongming, this is the best show of the season. I'm like, what? Where did this come from? We did not even talk about it. What is this? And then little by little, I got the information that was required, that this was about a guy from ancient China that gets transported to modern day Shibuya and decides to help this struggling musician to become a star. And with that, I'm like, what the frick is this? Why is this an anime? But everybody was loving it, and so I decided to watch a couple episodes, and I was, I was enjoying it. And then Mason decided to do his impressions on it, even though it was not on his list in the first place.
No, I don't get any credit. I'm not I didn't see it coming.
Yeah, nobody did, except for the people on our Discord, I guess. And then it spiraled from there. Like, so many people started watching the show just because of the discussions on our Discord, which was pretty great to see. So I was excited to continue it. And yeah, I was expecting more of what the first couple episodes had in store.
And how about you, Mitsugi?
Well, the hype was real with this one. I'll say that much. Between the good review, the good impression by Mason, the 8.4 or whatever on Mal, people talking about it, and honestly, the really just high effort level screenshots, I would say, the anime really does try to instill like the party nightclub vibe in a lot of its visuals, and it just looks, it has an abundance of very attractive imagery online for it. Combined with the fact that I'm a big fan of Dynasty Warriors. I played a lot of Dynasty Warriors growing up. I actually feel like I have a pretty decent understanding and overview of Romance of the Three Kingdoms, not only from Dynasty Warriors, but also because I've actually watched about half of the very lengthy live-action Chinese series of Romance of the Three Kingdoms, which you can buy on like a 14 DVD set. Pretty intense stuff. I expected it to be pretty good. Beyond that, I didn't really know what it was about. I guess I knew Aiko or whatever her name was a good character in here, so I knew it was about clubbing and nightclubs and musicians. So, just a very strange blend of different subject matter. So, I think that's what we got.
Yeah, for sure. Before this show, hadn't read the manga, had no idea what I was getting into besides that people thought the opening was fire, and that certainly lived up to it. Oh my goodness, it was so good. Yeah. But yeah, I did not know much about the Three Kingdoms, and I was kind of excited to see, hey, I might learn something in an anime. Who knows, You might actually become more informed about the world around us. So, with that said, spoiler-free recommendations. Caroline, should the people watch? Should the good listeners watch? Yeah, Boi Kongming.
I think they should, because it is definitely a ridiculous idea for a show, and I can't remember the last anime about an ancient Chinese technician, or an ancient Chinese tactician coming to a party in Shibuya and make this girl become an idol. I don't remember the last time that happened, and uniqueness is something that's very rare in anime, and somehow it is a lot of fun, and it's a decent music anime despite how ridiculous it is. And as much as the middle does sag a little bit with the whole find yourself arc and the whole let's sing the same song over and over and over and over again, even though it is the least good song that they have to offer in this show. The rest is surprisingly well made and an entertaining show at the very least, so it deserves a watch.
There we go. We got one on the board. Mitsugi, what do you think?
I'm going to say maybe. If you're really into like the music scene, maybe. It didn't offer as much of Shuge Lion as I wanted. You
make it sound like he's French.
Whatever.
Leon.
It's fucking Mandarin. It's like the hardest language in the world. I can't pronounce it.
You could just say Kongming.
Kongming, whatever. It didn't have as much of him in there as I wanted. And honestly, like the little pre-episode snippets and then his occasional explanation of one of the stratagems is not really sufficient for me. I wanted a little more. And as you said, the beginning of the show to me was a major turnoff. What was the girl's name who plays the box? Like, I fucking hated her. I was
Nanami.
That almost destroyed the show for me. I was like, oh great, it's Carol and Tuesday all over again. We're gonna sit out here on the street and like play music for 5 episodes. That nearly destroyed this anime for me. But it is somewhat unique. It is, and more than anything, it's fun. I think the show is fun. It brings enough to the table that's interesting, and it's not Carol and Tuesday at the end of the day, thankfully. And I think it's better than Carol and Tuesday, and so I would probably recommend it. But if you're just a person that isn't like into music anime, like you're probably not going to enjoy this very much. Some people just aren't into the poppy music scene. They just don't give a fuck. And if that's you, well, you might not be, as into your boy as other people are. But so if you like music and you like nightclubs and that's you'll probably love this anime. And if you find that stuff just totally boring, then I just don't think there's enough of the strategy type of stuff that honestly, Kongming or whatever was a genius tactician. That's his role in the Three Kingdoms sort of saga. Then you may not really get as much out of it as you might think. So I'm going to say maybe. How about you, Mason?
I agree with everything that both of you guys said. This is such a show that is so much better than it had any right to be. And I think that's why people gravitated to it, because it didn't come in with a ton of hype or a ton of acclaim or, oh, this person's doing this voicing or this director. Like, we have a first-time director, PA works at the studio, and they've been kind of off and on lately. Like, I don't think anyone expected anything from the show. And for it to come out of the gate just swinging, I think got a bunch of people into it. Eiko is endearing, her songs are solid. Not my style of music, sure, but I can appreciate what they're going for. And you really do root for her and Kongming to succeed. It's just a feel-good show that I would recommend. And I feel like the opening really encapsulates everything about the show. It's such an eclectic and global fusion because you need an open mind to watch this show. If you're coming in for your typical anime, you're not going to get what you want. And it's janky, it's weird, it doesn't always look great, but the opening itself is a Hungarian pop song sung by a Korean group with Middle Eastern dance moves for a Japanese anime. Like, it's just so global, and it's such a mixed match of things that kind of just works together. And if you can just go with the flow, great. And if not, yeah, like Mitsuki said, there's a lot of points where you'll kind of fall off. Like Caroline said, the middle kind of second arc just felt so slow and stagnant. There's not as much strategies and tactics at play. It's just more about Eiko's story and her wanting to be a singer. And if that's not enough to sell you, I get why you didn't love it, but it's still just fun and it's worth checking out. So give it a shot.
The fact that this is not a gag anime based on the premise of somebody from ancient China now living in a modern Shibuya is astounding.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that
works.
In 6, 7, 8 months, we're going to do our anime Oscars for this year, and we're going to have a best OP section. And it's already decided. If this doesn't win best OP of the year, I will be fucking blown away. I will listen to this song 100 times on loop.
Do it then.
I might.
Do it. I dare you.
It's so good. It is that good, honestly.
It's wild.
So it really struck me in the right spot.
There we go. So that said, we are going to get into the spoilers. Yes, there is more to the show than the opening, and we are going to talk about it. So you have been warned.
Spoilers are coming. Oh my god.
Very intense. Oh my god.
Yeah, really, really. So I feel like at the crux of enjoying this story is the characters. Eiko and Kongming. How did we feel about them?
I like them both quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, we were making a comment about how, I thought Eiko was just as good as, Marin, as far as, being cute and fun. But, Marin is, this dominating sensation, and no one gives a fuck about Eiko. I haven't heard
because she doesn't flash her boobs.
It's kind of what I was driving towards, so I'm glad you skipped right to it. Isn't that sad though? That's like, it's, Marin is cute, but Aiko's cute too, but like one of them is like,
She has hair goals. I'm like, how do you get your braids so voluminous?
Yeah, it's wild. I can appreciate that now too.
I mean, just having hair is goals for me, honestly. So, but she's a great character, and Kongming. I mean, I love how he's just like sitting in like a laundromat, waiting for his clothes to dry.
That tracksuit was fire.
Yeah, it's just, and I love I love the OP when they're just putting different designs on his face. It's so fucking great.
Really love that in the OP because it flashes through, and I thought maybe this is me just being a weird analyst boy. I thought that was representations, not of everything we saw him do, but it's like all the various hats that the manager has to wear. Like he has to be her producer, he has to be her agent, he's her fan, he's her friend. Like he goes through all these different personas to help her, and I thought that was maybe what it could have been alluding to. I don't know, it was kind of neat.
That's interesting. I thought it was also interesting how underhanded he could be. Like he literally stole fans at that one part, like that last performance thing. Like that was kind of that was extremely underhanded and sleazy. I don't know, sleazy is not the word.
Conniving.
Conniving, yes. And then I'm like, oh, I don't like that. What? That's so, like, that's not what I want in a character. But then I realized that that's probably what the real Kongming would do without any question.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of where, jumping all over the place, I kind of echo Mitsugi's stance of the schemes and the tactics were not as deep and engaging as I wanted. Like,
yeah,
I can get, like, they meet this producer who runs this big festival who says, oh, the first group to get 100,000 likes gets to perform. Like, that's so ludicrous and outrageous. And I'm like, okay, that's such a campy plot point. But for them to kind of link it to his previous life of sealing the 100,000 arrows, I'm like, I kind of get that. I learned something, and I appreciate that. But also a lot of the tactics were just a little too shallow. And I get that that's not the point of the show. It's about the relationships. It's about Kongming reflecting and evolving beyond just a historical old figure, but someone in the age. It's about Eiko getting confident. It's about Nanami learning how to express herself. But a genius tactician should... I want to see genius tactics,
I also felt that they were planning the show around the thing, like the legends of Kongming and what he's done, like, we know of. It just feels like they're making the show after the fact. Like they're basing everything around it and not necessarily incorporating it into the show itself, which is kind of like a nitpick, but it just does feel like with the whole 1,000 likes or 100,000 likes thing that they made that specifically so that they can allude to this one thing. Of
course, which I both appreciate and just, it's one of those things where you can't make characters smarter than the writers are. Right. So I wanted to see something that was like, oh, that's so smart, that's so great. And I get that it's couched in history, and I like that. But it also just felt like, oh, he just kept people from leaving, and that's how she got fans. Like, I both love it and dislike it at the same time.
What a fire hazard that was, though. That he put all the smoke and mirrors and all that in the well, not the mirrors, but like, you know what I mean, like the phrase "smoke and mirrors" with the performance she gave. If there was a fire, how are they going to get out?
This is war, baby.
Do you guys know how popular Romance of the Three Kingdoms is?
No idea. And that's why when we started watching the show, like all these characters were making references to the Three Kingdoms. I'm like, how is there so many people? This one Yakuza guy is like, you know about the Three Kingdoms? And then it's like bromance straight away.
Yeah, it's fucking huge. I mean, it's almost it's like as big as anime itself. I mean, it's like all these different countries are just enthralled by these exploits that are honestly probably entirely fiction at this point, because we're talking about something that's 1,800 years ago, and people we don't even have realistic. There's no way we have realistic records of all this shit that's happened. But between like the games, the movies, all the pop culture adaptations, Three Kingdoms is giant. I mean, it is it's huge. So it's not really that shocking. So I almost believe it when he shows up in Shibuya and they're like, bro, it's Kongming, holy shit, and then like, and then to have a reason to like create this and to have this adaptation done, it almost sells itself because it's almost like how there are train otaku. This is like train otaku, but like 10x, because it's just big. It's just huge. I don't know. It's, it can't be understated. Dynasty Warriors is a big game franchise.
Is this the next Nobunaga in anime?
It's bigger than Nobunaga.
I hope not.
I mean, we don't have as many Kongmings in anime than we have of Nobunaga.
I see what you mean.
But Kongming is just a single character of a massive. I mean, obviously he's one of the big ones. He's not like some side character, but I mean, I liked it. I learned stuff. I feel like in future anime where there is constantly references, I'll be like, oh, I remember that from that other show. Like, I feel better educated, and that's partly what I think it was trying to do, is teach and inform and be fun and edutainment, and it delivered that for sure. I liked most of the characters in the show.
Yeah, me too.
Even like Kabi Taijin, the rapper, I liked him as a character. I just didn't like where the show went when he was introduced. It was too much of the same. Find yourself, sing the same song. Yeah. Find yourself, sing the same song. And I was just
Did you like the rap battle
between him and Kongming?
I thought it was awesome. Yeah,
I thought the rapping within the show was probably some of my favorite in all of anime. More than Devilman Crybaby, more than Kaguya. Like
more than Kaguya.
Yeah, like
incredible.
Like the rapping wasn't a joke. Like it was quality. It was vicious. It was smart. Like it was the closest to rap that I would enjoy listening to. And they put the time to make it work and sound good. So I enjoyed the rapping in the show. That was probably, of all the music in the show, my favorite.
Yeah, I was waiting for like I would say that the rap at the last performance was kind of not as big as I was expecting. I was expecting
between him and the Necktat boy.
No. It was like his part in the performance against Azalea. Like I thought he was going to go ham. I thought in the middle of Aiko's new song, he was going to have this huge rap bit, and I was like, "Ooh, how's that gonna sound?" And it didn't come, which was disappointing. Like, what was the point of bringing him there except to roast them on stage?
It pretty much amounted to him being like, "Ha, fake." that was it. So.
But
I thought the rap battle episode might have been my favorite of the whole anime.
Yeah, it was a great episode.
Yeah, I really enjoyed how he kind of. It's interesting, how the kid is like downtrodden. He doesn't have any self-esteem. He's got all these stomach problems, but really he doesn't have stomach problems. He just thinks he does. And I guess he did because he put a concoction in his drink or whatever. Anyway,
yeah, he always has his magic potions.
Yeah, Oh, I loved it when he brought out the teddy bear like throat shit. I kept thinking of like the golden throat that Steve Bloom always talks about. Some like Chinese. There you go. Chinese like throw like lozengers that he uses when he's like screaming a lot. But like the way he gets him up on stage and gets him to talk about his depression or whatever, and just brings him back from the brink of giving up on rapping or whatever, it was just really interesting how that progression took place. And I don't know. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like these, like, even though I don't think that these strategies are really quite worthy of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, like, let's be honest, putting like a medicine in his drink and then like rapping with him really doesn't really kind of, as Mason said, it's not intelligent enough to mimic the Three Kingdoms type of stuff. But I still wanted a little more of Kongming just being a fucking genius. The 100 million IQ or whatever that he had, or that people said he had, because his whole role he wasn't a swordsman, he wasn't a horseman. Even in the Romance of the Three Kingdoms game, he doesn't even fight with a weapon. He has a fucking fan in the game. And in the game, he like shoot lasers out of his fan or something. It's stupid. But he's not even meant to be fighting even in the friggin' video game because he's the strategist. So I just wanted a little more of that.
It's okay. He had a creepy fanboy to do his intel work. Like that's really what it came down to a lot of times. Which,
He had a fan.
once again, not the point of the show, but
Oh yeah,
kind of
here's a question based on that.
away.
So within that episode where Kabutai-Jin, the episode where they did that rap battle, it starts off with Eiko singing a particular song that reminds him of his days in high school. But I'm thinking to myself, how do they know what song he listened to when he was in high school?
He didn't even tell the people.
Ice Cube and this weird fanboy doing his bidding. How did they know?
Yeah, when in the flashback that he was listening to it, 2 girls come by and ask, "What are you listening to?" And he doesn't respond and runs away. Like, nobody knew what he was listening to. How did they figure that out? Like, I can suspend disbelief. It doesn't change, like, what happened, but it does make
that
me
one
feel
moment
like,
made this whole show go down like 10 points. It was horrible.
Exactly.
No, I'm kidding.
Wow, it's a 0 out of 10.
But it was just did not make any sense. As much sense as it meant that Kongming just happened to be transported through space and time to Shibuya.
Yeah.
Yeah, how does that even happen?
I mean, like, technically,
is that
like,
about?
do I need to get into wormhole theory here?
Sure,
or
go
like,
ahead.
No.
No, please don't. I can't handle it.
What'd you think
No,
of
that'd be too much of Godzilla SP for me.
Yeah, yeah. What'd you guys think of the visuals of the show?
I thought it was great.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was great.
I mean, in a lot of music anime, the performance animation isn't typically the greatest, but then there's like these standouts where it's actually good and decent, and this is one of them, which is surprising because of what it's about.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they really captured the nightclub feel in a lot of shots. Like, even when he's just talking in like a room with them, there's confetti flying and all this and lights. You know, it's a little bit special, I think, as far as the visuals go. You know, I'm not sure about the animation, but the visuals itself were pleasing, I would say.
I thought they were mostly good. There was a lot of like little things like posing and colors and like cutaways that were really well done, even if a lot of like the crowd shots were made on the cheap, like a lot of weird 3D pans and stuff. But one thing I really liked, especially in the idol performances, while there aren't like a ton of them, they never devolved into CG. They were all still animated, and I thought they were pretty good. Like the dance moves that Azalea does at the end were kind of slick, and I was expecting like the CG 3D idol trope, and I thought that was good. I loved how the ED changed as new characters were introduced. Mm-hmm. They were either hanging out at the bar or singing on stage. Like, I love stuff like that.
Oh, here's a question based on that. The ED. These 2 characters in the ED, one has like blue hair, one has red hair, and then they kind of appear in the last episode, but in like a group shot. Who are they? And why was there a spotlight put on them before we are introduced to them?
The red and blue hair?
Yeah. Look in the ED. There's 2 characters that come in. They have red and blue hair, and I noticed them in like the background in the last episode, but they never got introduced.
I don't remember. I'm bad. Yeah, I'd have to look it up. Which, like, from in all the EDs?
Yeah, they're in the ED.
But I'm saying, like, they weren't, like, added later on or something.
I can't remember if they were in there the entire time, but at the very least, from, like, the middle point on, they were there. Because I was looking at them, I'm like, okay, when are these 2 going to be introduced? Because it's, like, the last few episodes, and it hasn't yet.
I'm not going to lie, I was pretty much rushing to get this thing done, and I don't even think I even watched the ED.
The ED was actually pretty surprisingly cool, and like the chibi works pretty well. And it's actually a song that was also used in D4DJ, which is also a very underrated idol show.
I'm not gonna lie. The song that like Azalea's song that they put into the last episode that's supposed to be "This is what the people want to listen to. It's not real music." It's a pretty good song. I'm not gonna lie. It was a bop.
I don't think I have enough room in my heart for anything past the opening. It's just too good.
That's okay. OP was fire.
It was fucking phenomenal.
I will say that in that as much as we have established we don't like this arc very much, like when we focus on it for those middle part of the episodes, the whole flashback portion to Nanami and her bandmates in the past in high school and all that. I was so irritated by that flashback because it was so weirdly performed. Literally, like, her bandmates were just constantly yelling throughout the entire flashback. I'm like, why are you yelling? And I don't think anybody really noticed it except for me. But I'm wondering just why. Yeah, and overall, they were just not really great characters. They were like just kind of there to be your bandmates.
I mean, what was your favorite part of the show, and why was it when Aiko wore a hat that said Cap on it?
Oh, I didn't notice that.
She just had a hat and it said Cap across the top, and I'm like, yes, I love it so much. It was so stupid.
I didn't really, man. To me, it's like I don't give a fuck about all these other characters. Like, I just want Kongming. Like, honestly, I mean, I've seen Love Live. I've seen Wake Up Girls. I've seen Carolyn Tuesday. I saw Beck. Like, these shows, they're all the fucking same. There's nothing about them that's unique. It's always struggling artist, doesn't have any money, no one knows who they are. Let's get one like live performance here and there. Then we're going to go to the music festival. They're all the same. I don't give a fuck about your backstory with like the box girl with like the hat that the bucket hat and the pants that don't fit and I'm such a hipster. Look how cool I am out on the street. I don't fucking care. It's a 0 out of 5 for me on that. I don't give a shit. I'm here for Kongming. No one is here for the box girl.
You can't
it's
take
stupid.
Points away from anime being about music.
Watch me.
I know
Let's ignore the show. Anything else?
It's about Kongming.
Okay, so he's in the title. Yes, he's part of the show. Yes, but it's not just about Kongming.
Well, I don't give a fuck about the box girl and her band and the bandmates and all the other shit that they brought into the show. I just don't care.
I will say that I found their resolution with their manager way too easy. It's like, are you sure that you feel that way about, their music, considering that you once were a struggling artist yourself? And he shows a picture of him being in like a rock band back in college.
Like a visual K band.
Yeah, visual K band. And he's like reminded by his past. And then he comes to the realization, you know what? I just wanted for you girls, what I did not get in my band. And therefore, I shall now help you make your music popular. And it's like, that was stupid.
I don't know.
The message is that all music, no matter what genre, is entirely driven by managers and not at all by the quality of the music. It's all how much deception you can get away with. It will determine if you're a success or not.
I was in on this show for the uniqueness that it brought with the style and Kongming and everything and all the things about it that made it seem special. And I'm just not interested. There's not that much interesting about the starving artist thing. Like, I don't give a shit. It's been told 1,000 times. It's the same every time. There's nothing else to add to it. You're poor, you're on the street, life is hard, you'll get there eventually, it's your hopes and dreams, blah, blah, blah. 0 out of 5. I almost dropped this anime completely at episode 8. I was like,
freaking serious.
I'm dead serious. I was like, oh, great, now we're going to like sit on the street and like play a box. Don't care.
It's like the fact that they were playing on the street. Like, they were playing on the street for days, singing the same song over and over again. What were you expecting to happen? Come on, just switch it up a little bit. Play a different song.
Well, I mean, the fact that like the songs are repetitive, including the main girl sings the same song like 11 times, that is a problem as well. But I was concerned that when we got to the street, to like the scene on the street where like she meets the what the hell is the girl's name with the blue
Nanami?
Whatever. Yeah, Nanami. When they met Nanami, I was just concerned that this show was going to turn into another run of the mill, star like Beck is going to be Beck over again, except not as good. But it wasn't that, thankfully. But I'm just done with that. I'm never going to watch an anime again where that's the theme and give a fuck. It's been done. Carolyn Tuesday, devolved into like politics, like which was horrendous. I hate that anime. But if I want to watch it, if I want to watch people like their hopes and dreams of being a musician, I'll just watch Beck again. Then it's never going to be done better than Beck ever. This anime is not as good as Beck.
I kind of wish that they kept the name of that song that she was working on to Roppongi Udon Shop. I thought that was a great name for a song, I'm not going to lie. And I feel like changing it was a very big disservice.
I like how it was also a song where she said dream and dreamer 1,000 times. And she's like, what am I going to call this song?
Naming songs is hard.
Dreamer.
It's right in front of your face, girl.
Yeah.
I like either be interesting and name it Roppongi Udon Shop or be basic and call it Dreamer or Dream or whatever.
Are we ready to score this thing?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Caroline, you want to go first?
Sure. So it was enjoyable, not gonna lie. I will nitpick it to death, but that is just my personality. And I will look forward to a potential future season of this. And therefore, I shall give it... I'm trying to think of something interesting, like an interesting rating to give it.
Dreamers. Give it a score of Dreamers out of 5. So unique.
Nah, that's not interesting. 3.5 Kongmings in a tracksuit out of 5.
Ooh, that was very stylish.
I live for style.
Wow.
Mitz, lay it on us.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 3.5 also. It's just too up and down. Like there's amazing scenes. There's scenes that I'm like falling asleep, and then we're back to being amazing. Some of the music's good. Some of it's repetitive. Some of it's not good. But I'm uninterested in the music genre. I don't.
You've made that established.
Yeah, I don't get anything from it. It's not interesting. It just isn't. I don't know. It can't be. I wish they'd quit making anime about music about like unaccomplished musicians that are trying to become famous. If you want to have an anime like Nodame that's like we're half romance, half just like, pianist in school, that's different. But the whole like I'm sitting on the street playing my fucking guitar for 14 episodes stuff, I'm out. It's just boring. Like you're going to find an agent, you're going to end up at a music festival, people will cheer, hooray. That's every single time. But I'm still going to give it a 3.5. I don't want a second season of this. I don't see the point.
They have to go to the music festival. That's what the entire season was leading up to.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to watch 12 more episodes, I guess. It's not as good as was billed. It's not an 8.4, that's for sure. So I'm going to give it a 3.5. We need way more Kongming. And way less of all the little kitties.
Yeah, Boi Kongming. Not enough Kongming.
Not enough Kongming. Nope.
Honestly, I agreed with you guys when we did our initial recommendations, and I kind of agree with you guys now. It was a fun show. It was entertaining, it was enlightening, and it was, like I said, going with no expectations, before all the hype came onto it, I think is the best way. I think at this point, jumping on it now is like, well, yeah, we nitpick it for all the flaws that it certainly has, but I enjoyed it most of the time. Yes, the second half definitely slowed the momentum and the vibes and made it far from being a gem. Yes, the music was what it was, and I'm just going to echo with what you guys were saying. It's a pretty good show. It didn't deliver everything I wanted. It's a lot like Zombieland Saga, where if you're there to watch them being zombies, or there to watch Kongming, it's really not about that. Like, that's just the gimmick to get you to watch a music show. And it was just an alright music show. But I had fun. I'm going to give it 3.5 courtesy names out of 5.
Wow.
I enjoyed most of my time. I just wish it delivered stronger into the finish. So,
also, let me just add something else that's very curmudgeonly. I am so irritated that this is. I had to sign up for a High Dive trial to watch this. High Dive.
You could have had Disney Plus.
I'm not. I would chop my thumbs off before I would pay for Disney Plus. I'm dead serious. And honestly, High Dive's apps are fucking horrendous. They barely function. They're horrible. High Dive doesn't offer anything that I want to watch. Their value proposition is trash. And and the fact that I watch almost 40 anime a year for this podcast and haven't had to watch something on High Dive in 2 years proves that High Dive doesn't need to exist. It doesn't. We until now we haven't had to watch I haven't had to utilize High Dive at all to watch anime. So I have no idea why it exists. I wish somebody would just buy it and dissolve it so I didn't have to sign up for this trial. It's so irritating. I know people are on the Discord are like, "Oh, the movies and the movies." I'm like, "Fine, the movies. Oh, Sentai Filmworks." But like if I watch 50 anime and I never run into a show that I have to watch on High Dive doesn't have to exist. Netflix and Crunchyroll have everything else blanketed. Why do I have to pay $5 extra to watch High Dive? Can someone please tell me?
No.
There's no reason.
Have it.
It's just more de-aggregated, fragmented horse shit that makes you pay a fortune in streaming fees every month and bleed your pockets. That's all High Dive is.
Are you done? Are you off your
I am, but
soapbox?
it's true. It's true, though. It's 100%. Disney's different. They've got TV shows and Marvel and all this. High Dive, they have nothing. So, there you go.
There you
And
go,
voila.
folks. We did it.
I have to
We
pay.
did
I have to
it.
pay for like
Okay.
7 streaming fees to get all the
Goodness
anime.
gracious, you're still going.
Well, it's so
It's okay,
true.
it's
It's like
fair. Let
it's,
them out.
it's just anime. Like it's one small piece of entertainment. It's like Marvel movies. You have Marvel movies here. You have anime here. Disney has all the Marvel movies, correct? Why do I have to have Crunchyroll, Funimation, High Dive, Netflix, I guess Disney Plus now, and all this other shit just to watch anime? It's so insane. Like, anime. God, Sony, please buy High Dive. Please buy it. Buy Sentai too, and just consolidate it all so that we don't have to like waste our money. I have to spend $45 a month on streaming just to watch all the anime. It's so insane. Yeah,
Wild.
it's true though. I mean,
Oh,
it is.
you're done?
It is.
I'm done.
I just fell asleep there.
I'm done.
Okay. And now we're done. Yay. Follow us on
Thank God for
social media.
Caroline.
We're at AAA Podcast. Follow us on Facebook, on our Discord, in which you can easily join by going to our website, don't need that, AAApodcast.com. The join Discord button will magically transport you to a wonderland full of watch parties, clubs, and a ton of other discussions. I believe next time in Anime Club, I believe the Wednesday after this one, we are talking about Devil is a Part-Timer because season 2 is coming out, so we're getting ready discussing season 1. So
Speaking
join
of
us.
shows that are way better than they had any right to be.
Yeah, definitely. So,
It's so
yeah,
good.
join us on the Wednesday after this current one. What is it? The 20-something.
The 29th.
The 29th at 10 o'clock. Please join. Also join our TikTok so that you can watch the TikToks that I make because it's sad when they don't get watched.
Watch them.
Even though
Just
we
do
have
it,
some great
okay?
ones, in my
it happen.
opinion. We're at _anime_addicts. Yay. And next week, you guys, because I'm not going to be here, are discussing Ari Fureta Season 2. How are you guys enjoying that so far?
I haven't. I'm just happy there's a
Immensely.
recap. Thank God for Mason, by the way. He's like, there's a recap episode. Oh, like, I love you. Let's snuggle.
I should watch that recap and then figure out how much you're missing and then tell you.
You're such a badass. You're like, fuck it. I'm just gonna watch season 1. I'm like, I can't. I am so old. I'll just fall asleep every episode. I can't. I'm never gonna get through it all one week. So thank
What
God.
if I told you it had a dragon being anally penetrated and enjoying it? Would that sell you on it?
No,
Oh my god.
maybe. That
I
sounds.
might just send you this one episode.
That
for you
can't
to
really
watch.
be. Is that what I'm getting into with this? Why did we pick this?
We didn't. They did.
Why people? What the
like-
hell? Are you making a joke?
I wish.
Oh, come on. Oh my God. All right. Whatever.
Surprisingly, this is not the first time we talked about dragon penises in a very. We talked about this in Land of Leodale not too long ago.
Maybe that's why
Okay.
they picked it.
We gotta take.
yeah,
We gotta take
definitely.
these listener choice picks away. It used to be just one pick. Now we give them 3. This is what happens. We're watching anally penetrated dragons. Oh my God. Oh, Caroline, you're so lucky. You're gonna miss this one.
This is why we planned it to be this way.
It's fine.
Okay, thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Well, they will see you next week. I won't be here, so sorry about that. And enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye, guys. I love
Doodles.
you. See ya. waifuwar.life.